Do you know that we owe Ukrainians reparations for building and defending this nation? Oh, my bad. I meant to say Black Americans. Notice how there was not one study, not one hearing needed before sending billions of dollars to Ukrainians nor any other group. Yet, when the topic of reparations for the descendants of American slaves is mentioned, we get told a motley of excuses. And I know some of you want to blame the Republicans, but it is for the Democrats that Black Americans vote 85 to 95%. And the Democrats have been complicit in their neglect of Black Americans as well. Maybe it's time we elect politicians that are actually going to fight for us. Maybe it's time we do something different, something better. Join me in getting us not just better, but the best. Join me in this fight. Thank you.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Done how it's supposed to be done, quickly and in order. Shout out to everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. This is the midweek report, as y'all know, and I am your host, Beatzilla PDX, officially. So, there's a few things to talk about today. Unfortunately, and one story is actually like from a few hours ago. Unfortunately, of course, we understand about the recent taking away of our sister down in Florida. So we will be talking a little bit about that as well as we have to touch on New York. Because, I wasn't here Friday. So we have to touch on New York. Because I haven't got a chance to talk about that yet. And also, one of these other black politicians and a would be or possible wannabe politician. And then there was also a situation where a brother was on a train and one of those Brads appeared to try to get that brother ambushed. So we are going to talk about that this evening. So without further ado, let's greet everyone so far in the chat. In the Mix Radio, B1 from St. Louis. What's going on, brother? Keep Prince in the house. Welcome, welcome, sister. We got our brother Lawrence Lilly in the house, Black First Family. We got our good sister and graduate Judah Queen in the house. And anyway, we got dark skinned brother in the house. What's going on, brother? We have Miss D at Suite 201 in the house. What is going on? We got our brother Kid Gravity Beyond in the house. You already know, Black First Night Rider check-in. We got Reginald Jeter. Reginald Jeter in the house. Black First Family. Yes, yes, indeed. So as y'all are coming in, please like and share. Please like and share. And, if you could, we're just trying to grow this channel. Well, I think we're up to 1,570. And this channel does not grow fast, but it is always steady. So I appreciate all of y'all who support this channel and have definitely watched this content. I know my videos are longer than a lot of people's in some cases, but looking at the watch hours, y'all seem to dig it. So I appreciate all of you. Shout out to David Boyd. What's going on, brother? Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. So hopefully the week has treated you well so far. Let me see, where do I want to go first? I probably should just get your boy up there in New York out of the way. Good old Eric Adams. Yeah. This guy, he's the gift that keeps on giving. So let's see, where are we going to go here? I'm going to do it like that. So check this out. And I'm sure by now a lot of y'all have seen the post. Y'all might have seen even my tweet, because when I saw this video, I'm like, what is this dude on? And many people have chimed in with what they think or possibly think that this brother might be on. Tasha Peters in the house. Good evening, my sister. Welcome, welcome. We got our good sister Blueberry Muffin in the house. Good evening, good evening. All right. Keeper said, I can't wait until they are finished breaking that tool, Eric Adams. I know that's right. So without any further ado, here goes that tool, Eric Adams.
My vision to next step to this, to go to the faith base, the locales, and move through private residents. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges. They have spare rooms, they have locales, and if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place, we can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 even maybe now.
How does that make sense, brother? So wait a minute. Instead of helping or think of this logic. I want to impress upon the already poor to say, hey, we've created this condition and flooded the zone, and now our so-called aid for you is to let these people in your house. That's the help. Boy, this, like I said, the gift that keeps on giving. You know, you said, Kid Gravity said, you see Mr. Gaines nodding back. Let me make this bigger. Let me go back a little bit. Wait a minute.
Spare rooms, they have locales, and if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place, we can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 even maybe now that we potentially have to spend, and we can put it back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers, everyday houses of worship, instead of putting it in the pockets of corporations, and some of those come from outside our city.
He trying to push that like that is a good, solid idea. It is not. Man, I mean, like the corporations. See, that almost sounds like the low-key talking point of a Democrat. Because when you're saying corporations, and okay, you're not calling out the foreign ones. So what corporations are you talking about that aren't from New York? You know what I'm saying? Who are you talking about? That's what I would wonder. Because, you know, you catch that, you know, oh, well, you know, we can put the money back in the pocket of everyday New Yorkers instead of corporations who probably don't even live in New York. Stop it. So what you're hearing is a bunch of game and con man talk and weasel words, once again, to allow these people to move their homes. New Yorkers, these elderly blacks, elderly, I guess even white folk. I mean, you really ain't talking who they don't send Eric Adams out there to send those messages to white folk. Let's be clear. Let's get a buck. So, with that being said, look at how the other side, the flip side of Washington, is also jumping in the fray with their madness. Now, just not too long ago, wasn't Jamal Bowman in the whole thing with what's the blonde hair woman? MG, whatever her name is, Marguerite Taylor Greene, MTG, whatever. So when she was over there, oh, he's so big and he's so aggressive and he was boisterous and he was so loud and okay. Well, you know, that was a moment where a lot of black folks could have rallied around this brother. Unfortunately, knowing that he's in a position he's in, he has well sold his soul to the Democrats. So when we see someone put a person in this predicament, now we have to say something because of the precedent that it sets. But as far as ever picking up the torch for this guy, absolutely not. And if you saw my tweet earlier about this, You understand what I'm talking about when I say talk like this is absolutely treasonous, because it is.
It's historical as per redlining, and the anti-immigrant sentiment is directly connected to the Great Replacement Theory. Now, I know none of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle will admit to being racist, and I don't think they are. But when you look at the rhetoric and you hear the talking points and look at the legislation that's put forward, what are we to say?
The gentleman will suspend. I want to remind the gentleman that you cannot engage in characterizing the other members' positions or calling their position and personality characterizations.
Thank you, madam. It's very frustrating because it seems like the legislation itself engages in personalities when it refers to a group of people that is derogatory. So if the legislation is using words on the other side of the aisle like invasion, as if it's an army coming to our country.
No, sir. No. See, there was already a few things that he had already went wrong at. Number one, you're talking, man, it's almost like redlining it. No, it ain't. Can't stand hearing these broken busters get out here and completely tie in our whole plight and our history and our futures into groups who ain't never fought for nothing. And this is what he's doing. They're coming over here to eat off us. And not to mention, now when he's getting to that great replacement theory, that ain't who is actually the loudest out here saying that black folks are xenophobic. It's not the Republicans. It's Democrats. So what the hell is he up here talking about now? Because he, just take note, this is like the great replacement theory. Yeah, this is a problem though. It's an invasion of your community. It's black people who are losing this. Now, if you want to use Florida as an example, like I said last week, this just shows the reality of who can really compete. If you're such a great capitalist, then do it off of without slave wage labor. And let's see who the survival of the fittest is then. Because see, with us talking, that's another thing about us getting reparations, doing things the right way. See, there's a lot of people who do not want us to get reparations because they have won bowing and kowtowing to the people who have sworn their souls to doing it the wrong way. Like this guy here. So what you're seeing with people like Jamal Bowman or Bowman or whatever, he came out a couple weeks ago talking against Martin Taylor Greene. And this is the type of things that got, Emmett Till and blah, blah, blah. And a couple weeks later, here he is. There was no Pedro. I mean, come on, man. All of these, and it's an invasion, yes, because when you're coming here illegally and you're skipping through all of these other countries to come here, you're not seeking asylum. That's not what asylum is. That should have been the first country you touched down on to say, hey, keep us safe, but you didn't. You came all the way and you took the most dangerous trek to get here. That's a money thing. That's an economic issue. And we are not responsible for third world economics. That is not the black community's job or responsibility. So if we are struggling in our own communities, then we say, yes, you allowing these people to come in and flood and displace your voter base for over 50 years. Yeah, that's a problem. And if you're being displaced by someone who said, look, y'all gonna have to get, okay, now, doesn't things start to sound a little more planned now? And now you got folks over here trying to hop in our mentions, telling us how Joe Biden did not run on open borders. Well, we have a steady invasion right now. And right after Joe Biden won, this is what he told black leadership.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Yeah.
It's just very frustrating because it seems like the legislation itself engages in personalities when it refers to a group of people that is derogatory. So if the legislation is doing it, and we're using words on the other side of the aisle like invasion, as if it's an army coming to our country, is that not personalities?
Well, when you're going to allow these people you're going to inject them into the economy while starving out your citizens, what type of situation do you expect to come behind the people and people who actually are up there representing for their people? So applause to the Republicans for supporting this. Too bad we cannot say the same about the Democrats. What makes it even worse about the Democrats is they have a bunch of black faces. Democrats only have black faces in high places to be fancy ornaments. That's why they're there to be window dressing. Nothing more, nothing less. See, you don't have to see now, fools. What you don't understand, Ketanji Brown Jackson being point. See, but don't understand the policies that you want. Negro, please. No, she ain't. We already seen what she doing for black folks. She's shown that. And so have all of these other black politicians. Like I said, when we see other groups getting advocates, you got people who are second generation immigrants, they're already in political positions advocating for invaders. You can't get homegrown black folks to advocate for us. Then now that we start talking about tethers, oh man, you're xenophobic. No, you know what is actually really dirt baggish of every black politician that does not have black roots in America? Yeah, they've all perpetrated the fraud and have played imposter before the world, representing our interests, while always knowing you come from a culture that holds nothing but 100% contempt for foundational black Americans. So if we sound xenophobic, I'll say you sound like a liar. How could we be xenophobic? We're how you got here. And now you're trying to aid other people in replacing us. While at the same time, you don't hear have y'all noticed the uptick in Black death? if you can't tie it to guns, these black Democrats are silent. Black death. But let's be honest about what the Democrats represent. Black death. So why the hell would they say something? If we're talking about the one party who will be screaming mad about not being able to force abortions on black people. Planned Parenthood is telling you, hey, yeah, we're here for Black death. I've read the note, I've read the letter from Margaret Sanger to Dr. Gamble of Procter & Gamble. I've read that on this page, on this channel. And they did not, they used the black preachers because they didn't want it to get out that they were trying to exterminate the Negroes. And somehow you got black politicians out here pushing nothing but death. Look at the other flip side of it. They'll never talk about the importance of our lives. They'll turn it into a slogan. You know what I'm saying? They'll turn it into a slogan. You'll be a hashtag. And so now that we have officially came to, in the next couple of weeks, Juneteenth, the annual federal holiday. This is the first year, I guess, it's on the calendar as a holiday. It doesn't appear to be on mine, but and you know, anywhere else. I mean, I've seen some calendars that have it marked, but it's not like how you see, it's not in red like you see all the other calendars. So let's keep it a buck. All right, I see some folks that came into the chat. We have my sister Tanya Zion in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see my brother Black Star TV 2.0 in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see cult-like personality in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. Who else did I see come through here? I seen Rahami Bey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a minute. Yes, indeed. So what y'all need to understand, they are setting up the narrative. So, you know, they already have a blueprint by way of a lot of the Asians. Faith Speaks Life. Welcome, my sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Quasi Black Star in the house. Welcome, welcome. So they got a whole agenda of replacement. And it's funny that he used that because it goes into the replacement theory. See, trying to be all hype and animated. Why do you think he doing that? Why do you think he sound like that? And truth be told, don't he kind of like, not his appearance, but his speech, doesn't he kind of remind you of somebody? I mean, for those who know, then you know. But I'm just wondering, does he kind of remind you of a certain Moroccan mole who sounds like Broke Hogan? Anyway, moving along, you know, they're setting up a narrative again to basically try to start rewriting our history. So what are you seeing? You're seeing things happen in multiple stages and phases. So one is the propaganda that, number one, we are xenophobic. So we're hating on these tethers and we're hating on these immigrants because you know why they're saying that? Is because we're actually being effective in the messaging of the damage that it's causing. We're not using fake weasel word language to identify what it is. And they cannot say that we are somehow funded by white supremacists and right-wing groups. No. We see, here's the problem that they're facing. We are legitimately, for the first time in modern political history, representing our own interest. And there's nothing they can do about it. So they're on full speed ahead of the rewriting and readjustment and realigning of American history. That being Juneteenth, the day that marks the historical moment of the final freeing of the slaves, at least by law anyway. There was still some going on, but needless to say, when the army had to go blow through Texas. So this is when, you know, we commemorate the freedom of the foundational Black Americans from chattel slavery. Well, now that they have made it a federal holiday and, you know, white daddy has said that you can now celebrate this holiday that we given up to these Negroes. Let me put something on the screen just to refresh your memory. The African American community stood up again for me. You always had my back, and I'll have yours. Right after you got him in office, well, the three Negroes, I gave you a bill. Well, on the first inaugural, I guess, or annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they elected a Miss Juneteenth. Now, this has happened also in other locations. Now, I've touched on that before. Because remember, there's we've had that, what was it, Miss Hampton or whatever? So we're starting to see these odd type of things here. We saw the Juneteenth poster talking about inclusion. Juneteenth is not about inclusion. Juneteenth, that's like Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is not about inclusion. Granted, it's not a federal holiday. But the truth of the matter is, if they made Cinco de Mayo a holiday, you think they're going to change it from being about the liberty of Mexico? This is the liberty of foundational Black Americans. They're trying to take that. Again, Juneteenth is like synonymous with like 4th of July or Cinco de Mayo. These are dates, or 1804, by the way. These are dates that mark liberty. Not come in here, run in here because of the amendments that were solely made for this particular group and lineage of people. And you come over here just to come up. That's not what it was for. And so now we're seeing people complain and cry. And along with the people who are fighting this situation out there in Milwaukee. So without further ado, let's show you. Y'all not gonna believe this, man. Let me show you Miss Juneteenth. Jesus.
Dobie, and we are going to get to know her a little better with some rapid fire questions. So to start, where did you go to high school?
I went to high school at Bruce King International Baccalaureate High School. Go Generals.
And where are you planning to go to college?
I'm planning to go University of Wisconsin-Madison, majoring in global health on the pre-med track.
What is your favorite Juneteenth vendor or thing to do?
My favorite Juneteenth vendor or thing to do is probably listen to the music and dance.
What are 3 characteristics that Miss Juneteenth embodies?
Miss Juneteenth embodies the 3 characteristics of driven, kind, and compassionate.
Perfect. And what does Juneteenth mean to you?
Juneteenth means a lot to me, but number one, it means the chance to impact others around me through my legacy and through showing Black excellence.
This is what it looks like when people have no problem appropriating your culture. Project Lou in the house. I see you, my brother. Woo-wee. Lord. Still Kevin Trees in the house. What's going on? Oh, Lord. Milwaukee. But, hey, don't feel bad, Milwaukee. I'm glad I got this chance to segue. Because, again, I live in Portland, Oregon, and Key Prince, that woman is straight from the motherland. That woman straight from the motherland. I believe she's Nigerian. I mean, so possibly a descendant of those Dahomies. I would have to say probably strong chance because, again, you're not just going to soft insult foundational Black Americans. You're going to put your all into it. So this person probably has a good tie to, them good old slave. Yeah, Blueberry Muffin, Milwaukee does have a large immigrant population. Them, Minnesota, and the Northwest. And so just seeing that, it's like, here we got, they just gave this dude a James Beard Award here. Now, there's Black restaurants or Black carts and businesses here that are the rave. They gave this James Beard Award to this Haitian dude who don't nobody know. I've never heard of his restaurant a day in my life. I even heard of the African spots here, the Jamaican spots. This dude got a Haitian cuisine spot. I went and looked at his menu. I was like, no wonder none of us knew this existed. Y'all trying to really fake it till you make it, ain't you? Like, ain't nobody that I know ever fooled with that restaurant. In the mixed radio said, like Black Alpha always says, we're checking paperwork and the hair too. Absolutely. And well, you have to. And you absolutely have to. It's crazy. This dude is so the restaurant, I've never heard of it because I was trying to figure out, well, like, where is he from? As soon as I say, oh, Haitian cuisine, Haitian Creole cuisine, that's what he has. And I can't I've ever heard of this restaurant ever. So with that being said, the person that I do know of is a sister that has a food cart that has been all the rave for a few years, that she only opens on the weekend. So she opens like, I believe she opens from Thursday to Sunday. And she just rocks with that and getting it. And that sister's name is Keys Loaded Kitchen. Keys Loaded Kitchen. Kees Loaded Kitchen. So if y'all get a chance to check her out if you're in the Portland area on the weekend and you want a plate. Her, just to forewarn you, her plates are on the higher end, but it's the reason that it is because about you and your whole family could have about 2 meals, depending on how many people you got in your family. If you had 4, y'all might be eating about twice and snacking off of her plates. So, like I said, if you guys are ever in the vicinity, Portland, Oregon, Martin Luther King, and right off of Alberta, you will run into Keys Loaded Kitchen. It's the red and white cart that's in the parking lot. So if you guys ever come to this city, go check out our sister, Keys Loaded Kitchen. I don't know nothing about that other restaurant. And don't let them send you over to no partners neither. I don't know who the hell they are. So that's another one. Oh, partners. There ain't no barbecue restaurant here. Let me tell you that. So if they tell you, oh, go here for some barbecue, don't go. If somebody cooking at their house, go to that. But as far as somebody talking about go to a restaurant here, no. Nope. Oh, yeah, barbecue here. Man, please. No. I mean, unless you go into like Casey's, and Casey's, of course, that's another black-owned. So, as a matter of fact, shout out to Casey's. Casey's, another black-owned business, foundational Black American business, right on the corner of MLK in Alberta. That's also a meat market / barbecue spot. So, if you are in the Portland area and would like to just experience a little section of Black-owned business and food, then right there on the corner, Casey's Meat Market and Barbecue and Deli, I believe it's called. And those Casey's Meat Market. It's like literally right on the corner. You can't miss it. Nice building. Also, my partner, my former production partner, Fast Lane, which owns Champion Barbershop, which is on the opposite end of the same complex. So if you need a haircut, you can also go to another foundational Black American business and Champion's Barbershop. And right across the street from Champion's Barbershop is Keys Loaded Kitchen. So you can hit all three businesses if you would like to, right there in that area. So yeah, just letting you know how it is. So if y'all ever come to Portland, right there on the corner of MLK and Alberta, bam, 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 you can go ahead and support and get your Support Black business on. And on top of that, around the corner, on the side of Champions Barbershop, right next door on the back street, which is still part of the same complex and building, there is a, oh boy, I can't remember what this is do, but they have like art. I can't remember the name of the business. Please forgive me, but they have art and like, you know, stuff that you would like decorate your home with. Black, you know, stuff that you would decorate your home. So that's another. Our sister Amani Muhammad. I'm not sure where she is located right now at this moment because they have moved businesses, but all are foundational Black American businesses. So if you come here, you will know what it is. Because truth be told, if you come to Portland, it's not like you're really going to be fooled. It's like, because the African immigrant spots, you're going to know what it is. You'll probably know by the name. So, but again, if you guys are foodies, come here on a warm day and you probably will get your life changed. It's a lot of food here, but nonetheless, one thing we don't seem to do a lot of, though, is eating Haitian food. And that's no diss. That is no diss. Okay, but I'm just telling you that. I looked at that menu and it was not appealing. But with that being said, hey, you hate no American immigrant spots in Portland stink. Oh, blueberry muffin. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. If you ain't never been to the city. Woo! Oh man, but shout out to Akadi. Akadi is a clean joint. That is a clean African spot. So Akadi is cool. Them folks is cool. So Akadi, you know, Akadi, I know. See, Akadi got to keep it clean and nice because they actually have a lot of patrons. So I mean, they be packed and they be full of white folks. So no, okay. But the other spots, yeah, they probably just got done slaughtering a goat. I mean, I'm just saying. You said that Haitian spot looks toxic. You seen it? Did you look at the menu online? Yo, no. I'm sorry, man. If I'm offending any Haitians, I'm just saying for real that whatever's on that brother's menu, it is not striking a spark on my palate. That's all I can say. It is not sparking a no, just no. He got a James Beard Award Blueberry Muffin. Like, really? Out of all these spaces over here, this is where you went to. You can't be serious. And so, they did that while then they turned around and gave it to the Asian dude. So there's two people who won. So, so see how they did that? You see how they just worked that one? So as their inclusivity, they have a Haitian and an Asian. Wow, inclusiveness. But damn them Negroes. It don't change. It does not change. Good grief. Whew. So with that being said, on to the next story. And I'm just hit this real quick because this is sad. This story is sad. I believe this woman she appears to be FBA. But this type of thing we also gonna have to address because sisters, y'all gonna have to start out like how dudes will say, hey man, that dude ain't cool. That dude can't be around the rest of us. That this and that. Hey, y'all gonna have to start ostracizing some of these women when you see these patterns early. Don't wait until it's too late and be like, man, I wish I would have said nothing. Y'all gonna have to start jumping on it like the men do when it comes to how these women be acting out here because y'all know what the signs are. Y'all know what the signs are. So, this story really sucks that I have to bring it up, but nonetheless, we have to address it. So this is out of Atlanta. This female, I guess, was too busy with her own absorption to go get her nails done while her child was with her boyfriend being beat unconscious and beat so bad that kid is in the hospital. So I believe the baby is not out of life, but this right here, and I'm glad they arrested this broad. So look at that. She deserves everything she get. This ain't cool.
Fox 5's Eric Perry is live outside Clayton Police Headquarters. And Eric, you just saw the mom being put into a police car.
Yeah, only our cameras were there. Good evening to you, Russ and Courtney. That 6-year-old fighting for his life in the hospital, broken bones, blood clots to the lungs, and bleeding to the brain. Only our cameras were there. Take a look as that mother, Portia Wells, was taken into custody. Here's what we know. Clayton County Police say Wells' boyfriend, Napoleon Aites, accused the 6-year-old of stealing money over the weekend.
Did you hear what the hell the dude just said? He said that this woman's boyfriend accused her 6-year-old of stealing money. Where was he going? Oh, ooh.
Wells' boyfriend, Napoleon, this year-old of stealing money. I'm told the friend physically abused that child for days as his mother stood and watched. At one point, police say the boyfriend even told the mom to leave the room. So For days, I'm told, friend did nothing until that Sunday. The boy fell unconscious, and the mom decided to give ice bath and wake him up. That was unsuccessful. Monday and Tuesday, ordinary for this. She went to work. I'm told she went and got her nails done. Her feet did as well. Only to take him to the hospital yesterday. That's where Clayton County Police got that initial charge, that call to that hospital. The two face charges of child abuse. The mom faces additional charges of lying to police. She initially said she knew nothing about it or she wasn't there, but that turned out not to be the case there. So the mom, when we asked her questions on that perp walk to that escorted to the police car there, she didn't answer any of our questions. I asked if she had any remorse or anything like that. I can tell you her nails look freshly done. Her feet look freshly done. They'll go with the handcuffs and the jumpsuit in the Clayton County Jail. Here's what we're working on tonight or 10 o'clock. We're digging deep into the boyfriend's background and what police say the message in all of this is. You'll want to join us for that tonight at 10. Unbelievable and heartbreaking story here in Clayton County. I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Wow, a lot of observations there. Eric, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric, for taking the liberty to go ahead and get them shots off. Thank you, brother, because you were rightfully so in doing that, and that was very professionally done. And applaud you, brother. Because well, I noticed her nails was done. I wonder what she's in a Georgia jail. Man. Oh, boy. And then she lies about it. Oh, I didn't see it. Chanel bracelets for the nails. Man. Facebook says sterilize them both. I mean, yo, what the, really? So yeah, like I said, good luck for your chick in Georgia. You better hope that kid don't die. I mean, but he definitely does not need to be around her no more. And that boyfriend, I mean, what in your right mind is saying, I'm going to beat a kid for days because I think he stole some money? A 6-year-old. Then you let this man beat your child unconscious to where you are now you actively put him in an ice bath to try to wake him up. You knew good and damn well that man was abusing your child. Well, salute to all of my female upstanding inmates in the state of Georgia. Salute to you. Moving on to our next story. We got to talk about this other thing. Cornell West. So we're moving into a very political season. And the one thing that we have to always take into consideration that the ramp up against the grassroots is coming. I mean, it's already in motion. And so you're going to see, shall I say, an attempt to win over, I guess, maybe the Black intellects. Because think about it. With Cornell West is a professor. He's somebody that, for all intents and purposes, who has pretty much been well respected in a lot of Black circles over the years. He's been looked at as a Black scholar. You know, as of recent years, I think people are kind of conflicted with his positions. Rightfully so. And again, maybe some things might get lost in translation by way of generational differences. But my thing is this: if we can focus on the main thing, which is reparations. And so reparations is a tangible. But tangibles are not just reparations. So if anybody is unclear about that, but see, when we're saying, when we're saying tangibles, put it to you in this context. We don't have reparations and we ain't seen tangibles. Meaning, we can't touch it. It is not real for us. It's a gesture. We see now you giving something that you said was for us, and now you're crowning outsiders on our heritage. Shout out Joe Biden. Thanks, Democrats. Black Biden sexuals, you did a bang up job. Now we are in 2023. And you have seen your community be attacked on so many different levels, while your people that you voted for that said, hey, I mean, y'all, the people that were saying Ice Cube is being used by the Republicans, where are you? Where are you now? So now we have what I'm perceiving to be a manufactured split. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let me play you something from some years ago. Well, no, first, let's go here. Let's play his video that he released to the world as his campaign stomping, whatever, announcement.
In these bleak times, I have decided to run for truth and justice, which takes the form of running for president of the United States as a candidate for the People's Party. I enter in the quest for truth. I enter in the quest for justice. And the presidency is just one vehicle to pursue that truth and justice, what I've been trying to do all of my life. I come from a tradition about you. I care about the quality of your life. I care whether you have access to a job with a living wage, decent housing, women have control over their bodies, health care for all, de-escalating the
We've hit a hiccup already. What was that? Let me just wind that a little bit more. Now say what? Truth and justice, right? Well, the truth is abortion should be taught to Black people as what it was meant and intended to do. Exterminate Black people. So if you're going to start getting into the female health rights conversation, buddy, you got to reel it in.
I care about you. I care about the quality of your life. I care about whether you have access to a job with a living wage, decent housing, women having control over their bodies, health care for all, de-escalating the destruction of the planet, the destruction of American democracy. Democracy creates
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? Okay, so all of this is Democrat for intellects. Same agenda, just reworded. So he's telling you, I mean, the people who worry about this, all of this is the same thing. The only thing he said is fair wages, which again, there's the Black Caucus that's been doing the whole women wages thing, which of course, but the Fair Wages for Women Act, which does not black women, but that act right there, they're pushing. That's what he's pushing. Oh, but that's right. His wife is white. Yikes. So, with that being said, Kamala Harris, Cornell, ouch. So let's just run around. Let's hear it again.
Their bodies, health care for all, de-escalating the destruction of the planet, the destruction of American democracy. Democracy creates disruption. It creates an eruption. It creates an interruption. Wide from below, the energies of everyday people is manifest. And I know there are precious people in your life who you care for. That's why it's important for you to be involved, important for you to participate. We're not talking about hating anybody. We're talking about loving. We're talking about affirming. We're talking about empowering.
There it is again. Oh, boy. Hey, how can we dress up weasel words in an educated manner? I know. We need Cornell West. You know what we'll do? We'll get him start talking about being a third candidate. And see, so then I'll get all you blacks riled up and believing. And in about 6 months, he'll suspend his campaign because, it looks like, he doesn't have any chance of running. Right. What is he going to do? After he gets you moving along with him, and then you start seeing all the people that start getting behind, trust me, if he bite on Cornell West, they're going to make Cornell West the biggest for the next 6 months. Then something will happen. He'll drop out, and then he'll tell all of his followers, vote for Biden. That's the only chance we got. This is manufactured. But however, I do want to say this as well. You are seeing the playing field divide like crazy. That's payroll gonna do. But what I'm looking at also is these white folk. See, the people over there, like you got Mike Pence just announced on the Republican side. He just announced. I think Doug Christie or not Doug Christie? What's the dude, the old dude from New Jersey? I think he's trying to make a go at it. Christie. And let's see. We got who else over there for the of course, DeSantis. And then you got Trump. So it's opening up as it's appearing as if it's opening up. Because they want to make sure, because another reason why black voters are turned off is because you have pigeonholed everybody's mind into one or the other. And now you're witnessing that people are saying, I don't want either. So now you got we have to get all of these, and it's all culminating to keep you on the left or the right. It is not here to give you anything new. It's just here to get you riled up and ready to vote for something. That's the primer. This is primer politics. So they're priming you to not sit it out. Because listen to what he just said. Now, you don't need to encourage, you don't hear any of those white politicians ever talking in their speeches. Oh, we need to vote. No, he tells you what he's going to do for you and for America. Vote for me. You're a political candidate. Why are you advocating for voting? Don't you need the votes? Hope you're all catching that. I'm not gonna tell you you need to get participate. I'm not hating on it. No, what I'm telling you is I'm offering. Look at my plan. Look at my strategy. Look at my bullet points. Look at my policy. Vote for me. He's telling you, oh, we just got to get out there and vote. And the fix is in, fam.
There's people in your life who you care for. That's why it's important for you to be involved, important for you to participate. I'm talking hating anybody, loving.
That's
We're
us.
talking about affirming. We're going about empowering those who have been
giving reparations
to the margins. Because neither political party wants to tell the truth about Wall Street, about Ukraine, about Pentagon, about big tech. Neo-fascists like Brother Trump or milquetoast neoliberals like Brother Biden.
And then you play a clip of you talking to Bill Maher. Nah, fam, this ain't it. Nah, fam. This ain't it. This ain't it, Cornell. You know, maybe he should have been an actor. Because right now, Cornell West is kind of sounding like nigga.
I'm so happy to make a world-shaking decision. You know what I mean? Well, I know gangsters when I see it. And gangster's not a subjective expression. It's an objective condition. Do we have what it takes? We shall see. But some of us are go down fighting, go down style, mile, accenting the best of you and trying to tease out the best in me. Let's do it.
Unbelievable. Negro, for real? So, real quick, for those who would probably wonder, well, hey, let's give that brothers a chance. And, we don't really know his position. Like, for instance, we don't necessarily know his position on reparations.
Seeing. And so the question is, can we really see what the suffering has been for indigenous peoples, black folk and others? Then can we feel it, or are we just distant from it and indifferent? And then what are we going to do about it? To see, to feel, to act. All three crucial, each having its own set of dynamics. So when I think about reparations, my fundamental question is, who is interested in a quest for the truth about the history of this country?
Educated flim flam. Right. Blueberry muffin, blah, 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 blah. That's all that was. Educated flim flam. So, what we need to understand is the extra difference is that we don't really understand the behind the scene and the preponderances of the evidences. Come on, brother. You're not finna just talk past this group of folks. Like, this is a new generation of black folks. We are not just gonna fall for the okey. Like, the whole bloop, look over there. Like, that doesn't work here. That does not work here at all. So again, like these people here, let me show you. Look at this. Now listen to Brother Tony Brown years ago. I know they would strike me if I played the video, so I'll just play the audio. Tony Brown talking about Jesse Jackson running. And tell me if this does not sound so super duper similar to what you are hearing right now from this dude, Cornell West.
Running for a different reason. If he were running against the Democratic Party, I would support him as a black candidate. If he is running next March to turn over his followers to the white man who wins the nomination, then I will see no change in the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party at some point in time has to be shaken out of its racist attitude.
Has to be shaken out of its racist attitude. And I agree. Because unfortunately, we have certain things out here that we're facing. We got a lot of all of these deaths that are happening, again, under the damn Democrats. How much more can we say? Will it be that much worse than Trump? Okay, how many of these killings do you think would be happening if Trump was in office? Because again, Trump being in office and all of them extra killings with no justice is going to produce what? Pull up summer. So instead, you know, because the climate, we're just keep in mind that the cops getting arrested and charged, that turn up did not happen under Joe Biden. They hijacked that movement. And just like I told folk, as soon as Joe Biden wins, you ain't going to see the next death. You ain't going to see no protests going crazy. I wasn't wrong. And, you know, unfortunately, our problem is still in the last line of this phrase from Dr. John Heinrich Clark. And it's in bold letters. We have not learned to practice the selfishness of survival. And so think about that. That's why they want people to worry about feelings and emotions and how you talk to people and make people feel this. And, oh, you sound xenophobic. My policies are for my people. My voice is for the advocacy of my people. I sound like an advocate for my people. I don't have to concern myself with the advocacy of other groups because they have their advocates. Show me who legitimately advocates for foundational Black Americans. Where does that happen? I mean, to be told globally, where are they advocating for Black folks? And not just foundational Black Americans, melanated people, period. Where are they advocating for these people? You have a lot of African leaders going in there getting money for themselves while their countries are war-torn and torn apart and destitute. And then you have all of their people coming over here talking crazy to us or going over to Europe because they're subjects. Let's just talk about that part. Like, do y'all understand what that is? Like, y'all are subjects to Europe. Don't come over here to America telling us nothing. We're in the country our ancestors built. You living into where they allowed you to go because they own you. We are not the same. And y'all think that y'all travel freely because you're the property of Britain. You know, all the way in your motherland. How that look? Genius. Nigerians. Yeah, property of the, well, now the king. Shut your ass up. So anyway, I just wanted to say, because people don't really look at that like it is. Oh, we went over here. Don't think you expect us to travel to where they own? They just own that land and said, yeah. So if I want to go to the Bahamas, if I want to go to Virgin Islands, if I want to go to Puerto Rico, I could go. Why? Because oh yeah, you Puerto Ricans really need to calm yourselves. You a whole territory owned by this place, and you do not have the right to vote. I don't even know why Puerto Ricans be opening their mouth. You need to shut up and be happy that you just get a chance to call yourself an American. Because, again, hello, you know us, the ones that influence the world, we are the reasons why you can even have American citizenship. But you still don't have the right to vote because you ain't one of us. So I know a lot of times people get themselves confused. But you just better understand you are dealing with the group of black folks that know very clearly who we are and what our claim is and what we're owed. So when we're telling you, oh, no, don't convolute our situation, someone else's. Well, it's almost, no, it's not. It's not like anyone else's. Our story, our plight, our moves, our energy, our music, our writing, our souls, our acting, our babies up on this world. Exceptional, unmatched by anyone. Look at Gracie's Corner. Unmatched by anyone. So we have to get one of our own. That's why I'm just saying with the Cornell West thing. And they're selling it. They're selling it. So again, you just need him because he got credibility with black folks. We trust his intellect. Here's the part that he's probably going to really fall flat on. You will never be able to outwit us about their agenda coming out of your mouth, no matter how fancy of the words you put together. We know the devil when we hear the devil. So, shout out to Cornell West ending his campaign in about 6 months. Then at that point, everybody who was following him, and I'm sure like, the Tamika Mallory's and people like that, and once you start seeing like her and my son start being around Cornell West, know the fix is in. Mark my words. You heard it right here. Because, see, they're there to guide you right back. So just keep an eye out for who starts hanging around Killer Mike, David Banner, Mano, because they haven't got a chance to cash in on the check they gave Mano yet. Got to get some run out of there. Maybe they forgot what they said about, because he was supposed to have a whole series starting last year. I guess they're going to try to work him in this year. We'll see. Because I told you they was going to move him over to the political arena. Watch. You all go see Mano over here talking politics. Because, again, they need the credibility of the younger voters. So that's our generation and younger. You need somebody from us talking like us. However, we already know who's cutting their check is whose words they're speaking. So see, that's another side of the game. You can't sell us on representation. We're not falling for that. No. You have to actually give us something now. Actual in the hand, tangibles. You can't just turn around and be like, well, I want to give you hope and I want to give you inspiration because, see, everybody could. Here's another thing. Did you hear that brother say, you go down swinging with a smile? Don't ever let nobody confuse you. Wartime and smiling time and joke, laugh, unless you're dealing with a deranged individual like the Joker, it's typically not the time people are laughing or smiling. The business is being handled at that moment. So when you hear something like that, understand that is also lingo that caters to, I guess, let me say, the man that would be considered to be way less of a threat than a beta male. Oh boy, do you like how politically correct that one was? So let's go ahead and get to this next story. Italian sign, I need my check. I know that's right. So there's this train, I believe this is in New York. I'm not sure if this is by the Foundation of Black American or not. But in this particular case, it's irrelevant because I want y'all to understand. I'm English Overstreet. I see in the house. Welcome. I keep seeing these like almost staged ambush type situations, and y'all need to, like, I hope y'all are hearing me when I'm telling you, just stay vigilant to this type of move too, because it's starting to become a trend. Almost like the y'all remember was it Oakland Karen, the first Karen on the phone that you guys can't barbecue here, and they actually could, and she was wrong, but you like permit Patty. Well, we have a Brad. We have a Brad that got on a train and thought that they were going to pull a Central Park type of move, or a city bike, Carolyn Bryant type of move. Well, check how this goes.
Aggressive.
I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the train is next stop is in Greenwich. It's
You should probably move over there if you feel
physically. It's northbound going to west. It was the 435 train leaving Grand Central. First stop is Greenwich.
Nine 9179.
The gentleman was shoveling.
You're on camera, right? I ain't on camera right there. I'm sorry, miss, for pointing over your head. I'm sorry.
Last name is C-A-R. First name is J-O-S. J-O-R-E-S. Phone number is 508-Y. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable telling you my number because the person sitting next to me. I don't want him to have my phone.
I'm not blocking you. We could go stand right there.
I'm not addressing you. Nobody's addressing you.
Don't raise your voice at me. Let them know you're verbally assaulting me right now. You're being very aggressive.
The train is getting the Greenwich.
Okay, so let's right now take a look at a few things. Number one, he's on a crowded train that's being videotaped and witnessed. Nonetheless, what is he doing? Trying to set up a scenario to get this brother harmed. See, I'm saying that there is, I don't know, maybe somebody could say, because it's happening pretty often, City Bike Carolyn Bryant, you've seen all the, what did you see? Didn't you see I'm on the phone with the police guy? Hey, what's going on? after she's saying something, but you're standing there watching this whole thing, and then you see the other little younger dude with the gym shorts look like he's ready to wrestle and choke somebody out. Then he walks up. So, I hope y'all catching all of this, because, again, when you see things like this dude absolutely could go somewhere else. He's on the aisle. How do you got somebody blocked into the seat, and then you calling the police talking about how you feel threatened by them? There's open seats on that train. He ain't moving, but he gonna sit up there, and then as soon as he says something, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to properly lie on you.
It's 5:15. Exactly.
What a dirtbag. Yeah, and I'm bored a little bit because you just see what's going on.
Yes, there's an exit sound. It's gonna be at Greenwich. You meant at Greenwich or Stanford? Oh, because you said Greenwich. Yes, he's African American.
I'm not African American.
Okay,
Thank you very much. I'm not African. I'm not from Africa. I'm African American.
He's
I'm Moorish American.
he is wearing a yellow T-shirt.
I have on a light green.
He said I'm more significant than an African American.
I'm giving you the correct description. It's a lime green, high visible construction shirt. It's not yellow or orange.
I'm not African American. I'm more significant. Now, if he's going to say I'm a foundational Black American, I rock with that. But what does that mean, brother?
Sir, call that officer. I'm sorry, I'm screaming. Can you call that officer, miss? Can you call him? This guy made a call, said he feels threatened. This guy right here, he said I'm verbally assaulting him and I'm smothering him. I'm 6'3" in the corner. It's a bunch of seats. And I'm shoving him and I'm recording him, and he's mad because I'm recording him because I'm an African American that's making him feel threatened. So I have to record him for my safety.
Oh, okay. He said Moorish American.
So do you want to go sit somewhere else so we can go home? Or we're both going to jail? If he's so threatened, I'm on the
now,
inside. 6'3",
notice something else.
And he feels like I'm shoving him.
Now, something else I want you to take notice too. Look at what he has on. Anybody noticing that? Anybody notice what that man has on? Isn't he familiar? Familiar? Is it a familiar dress? He's in scrubs. Funny, I wonder if he works at Bellevue. Ain't that just kind of interesting? Another person in scrubs trying to manufacture an incident on a black man or black youth with the police. while wearing scrubs. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just seeing the signs and connections and of maybe a middle class to upper echelon type of pack. Or maybe, because they're all working at hospitals, so obviously they make good money. But I just can't help but notice. Yeah, just can't help but notice.
So, so if I'm sitting down and he's shooting his elbow into me and getting verbally aggressive, my only recourse is to back down.
If I was sitting there, I would go anywhere. If he's not going to, I will. Problem finished. No problem. Thank you.
Let's go back. Let's go back to this.
I would go anywhere. If he's not going to, I will.
No,
and then I'm smothering him. I'm 6'3" in the corner. It's a bunch of seats. And I'm shoving him and I'm recording him, man, because I'm recording him because I'm an African American that's making him feel threatened. So I have to record him for my safety. So do you want to go sit somewhere else so we can go home? Or we're both going to jail?
Listen.
If he's so threatened, I'm on the inside. I'm 6'3", 220 pounds. He feels like I'm shoving him.
So, let me ask you. So if I'm sitting down and he's shoving his elbow into me, getting verbally aggressive, my only recourse is to back down.
Now, did you hear that part right there? Did you hear that part right? So if I create a circumstance and then I get a reaction, what am I just supposed to back down after I create a situation? That's why I'm calling the police. Y'all catching that? Just like a white woman yelling, "Help! Help! He's coming for me. He's coming to get me." Ma'am, I'm not going to touch you. Oh, he's big and he's black. Oh, my baby. Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, man, that just lets you know where they coming from. You dig it? So, yeah, white fragility. Yeah, see what it was? No, I don't call that white fragility. I call that staged ambush. That's a staged ambush. That's what that is. Because you trying to cut with police. That's some staged ambushing right there. We gotta have them come get you. That's what that is. So, and again, see, we're seeing these type of situations arise. And again, the Democrats are silent, keeping with the tradition of benign neglect, by the way. So this is, as you see the title of the midweek report this evening, keeping with tradition. So far, so well. We are talking about keeping with the tradition of benign neglect. And now you have Cornell West come out with a fancy speech saying a bunch of nothing, offering nothing, talking about all, and talking about promoting abortion and other marginalized groups. We know that doesn't mean us. So with that being said, we have to address things for ourselves because they will not. Cornell West is coming out being another shill. Cornell. Shill and shill. Make that a TV show. The old professor and the young, well, the old haggard stud. Oh, Lordy. Did I say that? Professor Black Truth, we call it square jaw. Square jaw. Poof. So, with that being said, I would like to see what they're going to say about this situation here. And again, we have out of Florida, we also have to start addressing the mainstream media, the live stream media, the anti-black hate media that simply tried to keep this woman's name hidden. Now that I heard the conversation from the sheriff or the deputy or whatever there in Florida on why they didn't immediately charge her, which actually I looked at this situation a little different. It's like, okay, I'm not actually mad that you did it this way, because the way that the police chief structured this arrest and all of these situations, they didn't rush with the arrest because they were compiling the charges. But with compiling the charges, had they would have charged her at first, it kind of would have pigeonholed them and would not have been able to really successfully plant them charges on them children, for the children, rather. Because this woman threw a skate at a 10-year-old. So the woman that you see getting arrested for deleting our sister, that's the video I played earlier. If you didn't see already, they got this woman. She gonna go harass some kids, and then she gonna go take herself, go up in the house, and then knowing that the black woman is gonna come over there again, I can't help but notice it's a staged event. And I know a little something about staged events. Because, there's manufactured, and hey, supremacists will take one for the team every now and then, like a slug through the leg. What you think you have to understand, dedicated to the cause. So one thing's for certain, we definitely have to get past getting our feelings hurt. Because these people are moving into a violent pattern of behavior, and they're doing it by setting up scenarios and then trying to scream self-defense. Does this not sound like my brother Black Alpha just did a broadcast last night? And the title was Crayola Supremacy. And that's what it is. Remember, I've always told you, and you've heard many of us say this, the only thing worse than a white supremacist is a one white supremacist. They don't understand the dynamics of it. They just go full steam and sometimes end up going overboard. Well, looks like this woman here is going to get cooked. And the way they charged her and arrested her, it totally strips her ability to use the stand your ground defense. Go figure. So Fox News was trying to come out with this conversation. Now, we quickly got at Fox News with this, while other media publications are not saying, well, man, look like stand your ground, the controversial and law stand your ground is finna come back into play. No, it ain't at all. Because this woman ain't got the option of using the stand your ground defense. Because you're not standing your ground when you're shooting through the door. from a, oh, she was trying to bang down my door. Then you have to wait till the door fall down, lady. That woman wasn't in your house. You shot through a door and you endangered other people. Not to mention the violent acts that you had already committed against the children. However, she should also be charged with a hate crime. And truth be told, I'm having a real strong issue. See, this is what we have to start doing. These things like this need to get charged with murder. Not first degree, second degree. But here's the one thing that I will say. It needs to we need to set a precedent of these type of things being first degree murder. That way, when people understand, you set up a scenario and you initiate a scenario, then go run and get your weapon. You are now complicit in creating a dynamic and a situation that would have otherwise been non-lethal. Just saying. So y'all better understand this. There's something to this. So let me go to this first story.
And killing a mother of four in Ocala is now in custody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Brown.
And I'm Fox 5's Valerie Roy right outside the County Sheriff's Office. And Valerie, we understand that the sheriff is with you right now.
That's right, Luann. You know, I have just been told that the accused shooter is in custody. And at that moment, I was told she had not yet been arrested. But now joining me is Sheriff Billy Woods. And Sheriff Woods, tell me, has she been arrested?
She has been arrested. She's here on our campus here. She's being there. My detectives are finishing up with some interviews with her at this time. And then once they have concluded, she will be escorted in jail.
And is her name being released yet?
At this moment, no, it's not, but here soon it will be, and it'll be out there in a press release that my PIOs are about to give up.
And can you tell me what was it that determined she did shoot this woman and that it was not an act of self-defense?
You know, the whole time we had on one side of the story, we know through the door. Of course, on her side of the story, she makes claims that her life was being threatened. And the way the laws are written in this state, and they need to understand that our hands are tied in law enforcement in these cases where we are instructed that we cannot make the arrest. We have to rule out whether the shooting was justified or unjustified. So one of the biggest things is the interview of witnesses, and some of our witnesses were the mother's kids. And obviously, we were not going to interview them that night after watching their mother be shot and killed. Okay, so we did it on Monday morning, so that they sat down with counselors. They didn't. It wasn't my investigators. It's to do this the right way, so that they can sit down, and the counselors can talk to them to get the children to talk, and they did. And we got a bigger picture, and we got the full picture. And a lot of the hard work of my detectives wanted to ensure that we closed all the loopholes so that she would not have a defense of using stand-the-ground law. And this is not a stand-the-ground, okay? Let me make that clear. This was not. And it was an unjustified shooting of Miss Owen, and she's arrested for it.
And what was it like for you to see the protests, to see the emotions so high, saying, why hasn't there been an arrest yet?
You know, it's frustrating internally because there's so much information like myself, us CAOs and law enforcement have. We know the direction is going, and we can't give out information, and it's difficult. Because here's the truth. Did we want to make the arrest that night? Absolutely, we did. There's no doubt about it. It's tragic when we see somebody that just shoots through a door and shoots another human being, really just because of a neighborhood squabble. That's what it boiled down to. And it's extremely frustrating because these people that come, and let me make this clear, this is not, what we saw today was not my community. Now, they'll stand up for what they believe in, but that was not Marion County. And the majority of these people that come, they're not even from this community. They're not even from this state. And my community knows that justice will be served, and justice was served tonight from my office. And we will get it through the prosecution, and that's the other part of the process is that we have to ensure that the case we build and we give it to the state attorney's office, that when it does go to trial, it's sealed. And we all know, it's up to the jurors when it comes to a case, if she even goes that far. But we want to ensure that we haven't missed anything. And my detectives worked hard, vigilantly, and they've been working hard and vigilantly since that night.
And so what will the charge be?
Right now, the first charge is manslaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence because of the children being present. Third, because of the incident with the children just prior, the additional charges are assault and battery on the children themselves before the shooting that occurred.
And was there ring video of this whole incident?
That one I don't know.
Okay. But it was really the children that made
Children were the key, and any other witnesses in which we had. More ring thing is just affirmed to us of what we were looking for is her possibly deleting ring video. So I don't know personally. I do not have all of that information at this time to be able to give you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate your help. Okay. And as you just heard, that.
Yeah. So that part that he mentioned about not arresting her right away. And I'm, like I said, that's why I said I'm glad that they waited in this particular case, just having known how things like this can work in the law. But even more importantly, see what this particular situation does. Have y'all noticed that all of the people that came out in support of City Bike Karen or Carolyn and Subway Bronson, have you noticed that the people aren't really coming out to defend this woman? They're a little silent. Now, that they first tried to make the attempt, because we're going to try to go with the narrative of standing your ground. However, with the charges, with her on behalf of the children, that makes it a very hard one to defend. So if I were you, family, if you know your local supremacist troll, ask her why they're quiet. Why are you silent now? Why aren't you in defense of this woman? Oh, that woman was a blah, 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 blah. Nah, what happens in this scenario, and this is why they want to throw this woman under the bus. Because the truth be told, all of these situations are like this. You just don't have that much damning information and the right witnesses for this type of prosecution. But no, all of these situations are like this. That's why they want this chick is done. I hope you know, like this chick is cooked. You can go ahead and write her off. She's gonzo. They're kicking her all the way off the bus. Like, okay, sacrificial lamb. And so she takes this one for the team. Because look, Negroes, they're getting justice because of her soul against the children. Notice this, though. See, y'all, because if you would miss it because everything is happening so quickly. That racial element part of it, where she was calling them little kids N-words. There's also parts of the story on that too. So they've had a long feud going on, and she threw a skate at the kid. Where is the hate crime? When you knew that she had an anti-black racial bias against this woman and her kids, and had been acting out in violent manners with the kids prior to this, how is there not a hate crime? Like I said, things move so quickly. You might, well, wait. Yeah, where's the hate crime at? This is also a racially based crime. Why is that not getting the conversation? Well, this woman shoots. You keep mentioning she shoots a black woman. Why keep mentioning race if you're not going to talk about race? They were trying to frame it as the black woman obviously was doing something aggressive. Just like you just heard that dude say on the train. So what am I supposed to do if they come over here acting aggressive? Is that not the same scenario? Am I supposed to back down? What was he asking? Can I stand my ground then and shoot this Negro? Y'all seeing where this is going? Here's another little piece on this.
First, but we will have a sit down with the day. The suspect comes after days of public outcry for her to be put behind bars. Investigators say witnesses told them that Ajika Owens was confronting Susan Lawrence after a dispute with her children who were playing a field next to her home. Now, Lawrence is now accused of throwing a skate at one of the kids, and that's when AJ went next door. Investigators tell us that Lawrence then shot and killed AJ by shooting through her closed door. Originally, she was put into handcuffs and placed in a patrol car, but was let go after investigators said they had to look into her claims that she was standing ground. Now, there's no question that the race of the victim and the suspect heightened tensions even more. Lawrence was arrested, and that led us to protesters marching through downtown Ocala yesterday and ultimately the courthouse to the state attorney's office demanding that action be taken. Prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump is working with the family. His blamed the delayed arrest on the controversial stand your ground law, and while someone is now behind bars, said they will not satisfy until a conviction is made. Now, coming in just a few moments, we do have a crew inside. As they start, we'll have it on Western News Facebook page and also right here on Western News at noon. But today, Tony Atkins was also in Marion County talking to neighbors about the reaction of that arrest that occurred overnight.
From the bikes left roadside, Hood tells the story of a place where kids spend time outside. Today, the streets are quiet after days of tension.
She took someone killed mom away. She didn't just kill one, she killed someone's mom.
Megan Stevens talked about a neighbor across the street, Susan Lawrence, who's now charged with shooting her from next or Jessica Owens, or AJ for short. Parents here say all the kids outside together, many of them black or mixed. They say Lawrence would often call them slurs before things escalated.
Or, what
happened in this field. Now, people in this neighborhood where there's so much space, and this is where all the children in the area would come play. Now, that really had an issue with kids playing near our home. It eventually escalated over house across the street to confront friends, and that's Deputy said shot her for killing Owens.
Then I heard the bang on my door so loud that my walls were shaking, and outside got shot by street.
I don't know why this video is this with video choppy on y'all in family, because it's super choppy on mine. But nonetheless, we looking at the makeup of that neighborhood, many of the children were black or mixed. Huh? That's an interesting statement. Black or mixed. Either they're black or not. Because again, they're either black or no, they're black. And they were getting called hard ERNs by this white woman because they're black. Not because they're mixed, but because they're black. That whole mixed thing. That is your daddy black, then you black. And for all intents and purposes, for how most people go by the one drop rule if your mama is black, like Meghan Markle. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, that qualifies. That qualifies as being tied to the lineage. And like I said, as far as being Israelite, that's a tear. But nonetheless, that, Pan-Africanism and being an Israelite really are like oxy. They're not bedfellows. Not at all. Night and day. So, I hear people mentioning Pull-Up Summers. Blueberry Muff said her last name is Polish. Oh, you mean a YouTuber? Or was you talking about her? Oh, because the YouTuber most definitely got a Polish last name. Facts. Facts upon facts. Woo-wee. Now, we got to be careful with stuff like that. And on the real, we're going to have to really start battening down the hatches about the people around us. There was a situation that, well, I'm not really familiar with everything that's going on, but I will say this. Doxing people, and as a man, doxing a female. And when I say doxing, I don't mean exposing you while you are being shady behind the scenes and letting somebody know this is who this sucker is. That's not being doxed. When you're out there giving people's addresses out and you posting stuff like that on the internet, that's, like I said, to me, that's borderline swatting, that's stalkerish, that's real fetish. And I don't mean fetish, I mean fed-ish. Because were you trying to get somebody harmed doing stuff like that? And like I said, I don't know the particulars. However, as for me, I would never put myself, because, that's kind of incriminating as well. But like I said, when I seen, and I'm in the dark on a lot of what I've been seeing on Twitter, and so, some things I'm seeing ain't making much sense. But what I will say is, however things are shaking out, doxing people and doxing sisters just ain't cool. That's not something I can condone. There's not, and see, again, there's not going to be enough of me riding with somebody else against my own standard and my own code about not doing things like that. So here's one thing that I would advise, especially men, to do or not do. Don't get involved in other people's personal conflicts that do not involve you. Because number one, you shouldn't even be hearing about a person's personal conflict with someone else, because it's personal. So let that person work out their personal issues with whoever they need to. When you start getting into, but here's another thing, you have to be mindful of when you start putting things out there of how many people want to get into the mix. That's why, again, I don't get involved with a lot of that reckless madness. There's been people who tried to use me as I guess, a launching pad of absolute madness. Yes, indeed. Susan Louise Lawrence is that devil's name. Thank you, Blueberry Muffin. Cynthia Newman in the house. I see it. Welcome. And welcome to everybody else who has shown up later in this broadcast. Appreciate it. And shout out to everybody who gave me birthday greetings for over the weekend. Much appreciated. Thank you. But like I'm saying, we are going to have to really keep an eye out on patterns of behavior not becoming of a progressive movement. So if we're getting into the look at meism, that is a sure tell sign of something going wrong. Because it's not what we're doing this for. Look at me, look at me. You know, people say my name and this and that. The reason why people say my name half the time, probably I would imagine, outside of the people who rock with me, because they have to, not because they want to. I mean, because shoot, I've seen people try to act I ain't part of what I'm part of while trying to big up somebody. I've literally seen that. Yeah, that definitely did not go unnoticed. But, you know, with that being said, here's the point. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about. Y'all don't know what the scenario is or the situation. Because that's what grown-ups do. We're not over 40 having beef on the internet. Come to my space and listen to me talk about this person because they ain't cool. They did this and that and such and such. Grown 40-something folks, years old, grandchildren and children up here. Like, look at me. I don't know why y'all listening to him. I'm smart. I remember I had somebody tell me that. I know you think you're smart. I don't know what the hell you are on, lady. But I do know. See, here's the thing, and I will say this. Sisters, y'all have a tendency to overlook some things when y'all sitting around some of these sisters like, wait a minute. That type of thing also has to be addressed just like the dudes. And so, like I said, I'm not going to sit up here. Like I said, people have done spaces with my name in it. Oh, man, Beatzilla ain't cool and this and that about Beatzilla. And, you know, I mean, one was straightening. That was the funniest one. Because then you got this chick in here whining. And here's the point. I hope y'all have, for all of you who have, especially like Judah Queen, who is well aware of the situation, have y'all noticed there has been no correction about that from then to now? Not, well, I'm not what he said. No. They went on a damage control mission. Hope y'all just be paying attention. So don't tell me that this one person's the ops. When I'm sitting, y'all tend to forget what I say. I show up early and I work different. So sometimes it just requires you to sit back and observe. Watch from the crow's nest. And peep certain patterns of behavior. I mean, hell, it's always good to know you have an agent in your midst. That way you keep them close. Because out of all the things that a person could ever say about me from having so much close contact to me, the only negative thing they could say is, here, listen to the voicemail of him cussing me out. That's the only disparaging thing you could bring out of that long. Was it Mama Granny? Oh, no. I wish she would have never had a wrench on this. Oh, no. Oh, Sister Ernestine, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Thank you so much for the donation on the Cash App. Was it Black Flower? Nope. No, it's one who actually you don't hear vocally that much, but you do hear their name. Again, I'm just saying, y'all better be mindful of these people. And again, they get, this person gets mentioned with me often. Why? Some would probably say that some credibility came by way of being over here. Some could probably say that. But then you get folks that they have achieved the mark. I mean, the position that they were so very great and starved for. Hope y'all just following along with what I'm putting down. Y'all better listen. See, you know when people are talking to you to get you to start talking reckless about someone else. Man, ain't he a need for that? Ain't he, man, he borrowed for that. What you think about Jason Black having this on his, man, what's up with Jason? We're going to be the biggest new black media lovers, ain't we, right now? I love my family. Fake ass. Y'all better know a damn agent of chaos when you see one, man. And you know what's so funny is that people for consistently telling me that person is messy. That person is messy. That person is messy. I gave individuals chances to be themselves. And then Beatzilla's name ended up in a spot because she got cussed out for getting found out for what she was doing. But funny enough, she seemed to leave that huge part out. And I just watched all the people that sat up there and bit it, especially another sister who should actually know better. But I see that too. So again, this isn't about being seen. This isn't about recognition. This is about the movement. Because if it was about my personal situations, then I could have been calling out people's names and all of that madness too, as if you were important enough for me to do. But it's not, because the movement is what is important. And besides, the hell do I care? See, I understand, and I get it. I get it. People have not been around authentic individuals before. So they think that this is an act. And like, I'm not like this off this camera. Really? Okay. I don't know who can live like, I'm just not built like that. So no, I'm going to be me every time you see me. And, you know, that's unapologetic. At least I'm willing to be that. Man, you know, listen to how he talked to the woman. Right. Because of what she was doing. See, when a woman hops over in the man business, guess what that makes her? Fair game. See, yeah, when people leave out huge parts of the story, men perhaps not jump off the porch, before you know everything. Man, I trust because you trust, and I get it. You like it. And she know how to sweet talk you and hype you up, and you're so smart and your wisdom is impeccable. Yeah, I got it. She could do all of that. Problem and difference between me and you is you can't peep game. She got her hooks into one so tough. You over here playing yourself with a whole wife. Family. There's a problem there. Just pay attention. And you'll just start seeing. I'm watching all of these rifts predictably happen. We have to stay vigilant. And sometimes we have to check our own emotion about who we like. And for some of you, you're going to have to check your emotions against who you don't like. And I understand it. You know, things are, they get like this, but I'm telling you, man, ain't the only God around me is the Most High. I'll put it like that. And that's how it's gonna stay. You understand me? So, Tanya Zion, I mean, you know, we all know who ain't here. But here's the other thing that's so funny. You know how real I am that I allow people to shout this woman out on my stage? You don't hear my name come out of people's mouth that supposedly ain't got no problem with me. I'm just being open and candid about you guys I hope y'all be analyzing stuff like I do. Because, you know, there's just certain things I see. No. Blueberry muffin, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No. Nope. That individual is absolutely solid. No, we good over there. No, you're one letter off. Tanya Zion. Yeah. You've been around. Yeah, you've been on the scene long enough, Tanya Zion. So yeah, you would know. Blueberry muffin? No, not at all. Like I said, you had the right, the initial was close. I said one initial off. No, one initial off. So for those who know, y'all know. You know, key prints. Yeah, somebody's getting a little close there. Somebody's hot. Yeah, somebody's hot. Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, you know, you could just go look at a certain individual. They might still have videos up with my face on it. And then just peep the tie. Just peep the connection. Then move further. Yeah, we pretty close there, ain't we? Damn, I didn't even realize how that song was so fitting. can't make this up. Oh, wow. Oh, damn it. Oh, you can't make this up. Oh, I knew this girl named, I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. Met her in a hotel lobby with a magazine with Tariq's picture on it. Said, how would you like to spend some time? And I could not resist when I saw them grind. And happy birthday to Prince. Shout out to Prince. Trifecta. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you can't make this up. So let me tell you, sis, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall along with you. And let us rise. Can you dig it? Woo-wee. Jeez. You know, and I'm just telling you, fam, it's much worse than what you think. I just take it light because I'm not really trying to be there, but we are ramping up into this new thing. So there's going to be more and more conflict coming from so-called grassroots and insiders. The Democrats are upset about having to spend the 2024 budget for the midterms. So they are doubling down on the money. And I can't say everybody that's doing whatever they're doing is based off of being paid by the government or the Democrats or whatnot. However, they have their own personal agenda. As the person I was just talking about. And so you have to understand, like, family, that broadcast that I did about not choking on your rich, that was right there with no one else has to know. I am going, if I'm talking to you, I could talk to you in a crowd of people and no one will know what I'm saying, but you will. So when you open the door for everyone else to see it, you're not exposing me. You're exposing yourself. Because I'm going to stand on what I said. Never wavered. But I understand there is, especially with me and one individual, there's a real huge miscommunication that I'm now realizing also as well. Because, see, I think the things that's being lost in translation, we don't know how both of each other was actually being presented together. So there's that part. So, you know. So again, that's why also being a well-learned and lived man, I understand how certain things can be unnecessarily volatile when they shouldn't be, and it's unnecessary to be taking such an off-course turn. I expect men to be able to be aware and game ready enough to understand that, though. But, you know, when you have to deal with situations where they're not, then, you know, it is what it is. I can't, you know, I ain't trying to run nobody. All I will say is for the things and the places that I have created along with other people around me, yeah, I'm going to be a defender and protector of what I created. Don't that make sense? You were like, Beatzillap's just some guy. No, genius. Well, I didn't know. See, that's the whole point. You would want to be seen because that's what you're on. But see, for me, look at the movement. Look at how many other people are getting their voices out there. Look at how many people have been pushing this line. Ain't that the point? But I understand it's been too hard for some, and some twerking grandmas still that talk like sailors. I don't know why they have people following them, but whatever. Like I said, that does at least show that black folks can come together for something. So I ain't hating on it. Y'all do what y'all do over there. See, that's the other thing. Be mindful. See, I'm content with, okay, well, we doing this in our lane. Why is it that then people start feeling some kind of way because you not letting them in your car? Well, I don't know you. Well, yeah, man, we all black. Shouldn't you be doing this? Why don't you promote my stuff? I don't know you. I'm promoting those to whom I've known and have been around for years. And then those who I'm coming to get to know now. I mean, at least establish a track record. Don't walk in and then like, oh man, why ain't you supporting me like a person who you've been around for 20 years? Or a person that you've known for the last 15, or a person that you've been observing for at least 10. And I mean, I don't even understand the concept of these people. Man, I showed up in 2021 and 2022. Why aren't you showing me some love? Huh? That's the type of stuff people are on right now. And that is not how movements get made or how movements progress. We just got a lot of people that all of their institutions of choice were shut down during the pandemic, and they found us. And so, well, man, this looks like the new wave. I think because everybody that think they finna get rich in black empowerment, you could tell they're new. You know they knew. You thought you was finna hop on here on some black empowerment. You was finna turn into Tariq Nasheed tomorrow. I'll tell you like this, and Tariq will probably tell you this himself. If he didn't make his money first, doing black empowerment, you would have never got all these hidden colors. It took money to make it. But everybody acts like he just started making money because it is like Professor Black's Truth or Jason Black. He got a whole trucking business, building something. But then what he doing and putting together his projects, so man, he'll be trying to make money and trying to give those to the community. He already had money. Now, what he didn't have to do is something for your ungrateful black asses. Hating on anything a person put their energy into. Not let alone the fact that you can't even recognize that they're putting energy into advocating for you. See, like it or not, Beatzilla is a voice. So for some of you who have not liked it, for some of you who know that you have absolutely no chance of being around me again, and for some of you who are blocked out of this chat,
you shouldn't have been talking shit.
yeah, go tell Jesus I'm sorry. But no, I mean, see, I just didn't think that I could, man, like I said, bro, do you know that this woman here about number never tried to call me to work this one out? No, but if there was something going on in my chat that she thought that she could go hop on, boy, she'd be lickety split. Bloop. So for those of you who thought that it was me who was so wrong, actually, you should have listened to me to give you some game. But for those who still think I'm wrong, well, you know. I mean, really. Really, really, really. Because at the end of the day, all we have is us. And I have never told anybody don't mess with this person. I'm going to just tell you who I'm not going to mess with. And if, it's going to be a situation, well, I'm not moving like that. Again, I've already had enough legal trouble in my life, but other people still have things to prove. So prove them somewhere else. Because no. I mean, again, trust me, I don't know what people be thinking. Like you get to a certain age, like, what are you trying to prove? But yeah, it's neither here nor there for me. I hear so much craziness, but let me double down on the fact that I reiterated earlier, which I actually segued into the other part because I can't say one has to do with the other, but I just want to let you know and give you insight on habits and behaviors, because just like that person would be behind the scenes, well, then ain't that the same type of person that would dox somebody? I'm just saying that doxing people ain't cool. And, I believe that the karma of the universe should be properly visited. And so that's the universe letting the atmosphere speak for itself. Because that is not cool. That is not cool. I don't know why anybody would do that. Especially if it doesn't have anything to do with you. But I mean, again, if you got somebody's address and it has something to do with you, why would it be on the internet anyway? Again, look for these public displays of BS because it don't mean nothing. So what I'm telling you this for is to understand when I get personal attacks, I'm not running out here trying to hold no space and do videos because I'm personally injured. I want everybody's attention diverted. Like that one did. Hope y'all paying attention. Yeah. Because sometimes, you'll decide to hop in the wrong car with the wrong people. Disasters. And, you got to kind of wonder when some of these sisters is around here, because some of these sisters kind of be going hard because they actually have children with non-foundational Black American men. So there's hidden interests. Now, what I do have to explain is, if that person is still half FBA, well, then they're entitled to reparations. But for the other half of that you might be snuggled up with, hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
And so, if, in conclusion, if you don't understand the type of time that we are in, it is desperate measures for the agents against our empowerment, for the hidden, the crouching liars, hidden feminists among us. And, when I noticed that, like I said, just notice how people's tones and what they present have changed and came with a little more intellectual grounding on them. That's coming from somewhere else. I'm literally watching this like, damn, this person's getting fed information. Who's paying for this? Damn it, y'all better start listening to Beatzilla. Save you a lot of trouble. Oh boy, save you a lot of trouble. So for those of you out there who thought that I was selling wolf tickets when I see a problem, when have I been wrong? But if you're still waiting for that to happen, good luck. But nonetheless, we are going to stand together. We are going to fight for what is ours, and we are going to get it. Anything in the way of that will just be collateral damage. If you are too emotionally unstable to understand the concept of that, my apologies. However, we are committed to the advancement of our people. And if you think that anything you can possibly do will stop the train that is already heading toward victory, well, from us here at the Beatzilla PDX official show, all of the beautiful black souls and whoever knows in my chat, and I think I safely speak for the grassroots and the voices of new black media when I tell you that if you really think that you have a chance at stopping our claim, this is for you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, family, make sure you like and share this video. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to support this broadcast, you enjoy the content here, and you would like to donate, you could definitely do so by way of CashApp. That is $Beatzillapdx. CashApp, $Beatzillapdx. Also, we have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And Queen of City and Code said, I love that song. Yes, indeed. It sends the message. It sends the message home. They need to go get their mind back. They need to get that mind back. So with that being said, family, I know Brother Afro Elite and Sister Zizi are doing a show for Ozone Friday. That'll be starting an hour before this broadcast. So, but that's another thing. Might have something. We're still working on it. So there might actually be a special broadcast Friday. So we're still trying to piece that together. But something's going to happen here Friday. So, Yes, indeed. So with that being said, family, make sure you tune in. Hit that notification bell. If you have not already subscribed, do so now. And hit that notification bell. Hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. And of course, you can also become a member. So with that being said, again, thank y'all for all the birthday love for the weekend. Really had a nice, cool time on my birthday. Enjoyed it. So thank all of you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you and yours. Stay black. Stay vigilant. Stay alive. Black first. Black first. Black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. See, that's what you throw.
Right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.